Alright, hey vinyl community, I'm here to do my first vinyl collection video, and I think I only have 15 minutes to shoot this, so kind of want to get straight into it. But basically I figured, you know what, let's just show the most recent stuff I've gotten for my first video, and maybe I'll go back in some later videos and show, you know, my collection or some other stuff that I've gotten recently, but not as recent as this stuff. So yeah, these are just the things that I have gotten very recently, and it's a whole mix of different kind of stuff. You guys can probably get a real good feel with this stack of, you know, the different kinds of music that I like. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the vinyls I picked up recently. So I got 3 7-inches. These are, so I picked up 3 7-inches. These were all 3 used, and they are honestly, I think they're all in mint condition. Maybe, maybe a little, maybe a couple marks on one of them, but overall really happy with pretty much all the used pickups that I got. Not everything I got in this haul is used, but especially with these 7-inches, because I really didn't expect to find this first one at least in mint condition, but it is, and it's the Thursday and Thrice split 7-inch. This has For the Workforce Drowning from Thursday's album War All the Time, and Under a Killing Moon. Been wanting this split 7-inch for a long time. Both bands are bands that help me get into, you know, the kind of post-hardcore, I guess if you want to call it. I mean, people probably give it lots of names for the band's styles, but you know, both of these bands were like in the very beginning of me getting really into music when I was like 13. I was just blown away, especially by Thrice's Illusion of Safety, and right after it, War All the Time, Thursday. Actually, I think War All the Time was the very first CD I actually ever physically bought, and I remember I got it from Target. I was like 13, and I had to have it, and my mom was like, what is this kind of music? And I couldn't even explain it. I just really loved it. But anyways, like I said, this is like a mint condition copy. It's on a really cool, like, Coke bottle, I think that's how you describe it. Coke bottle clear, transparent pressing. Yeah, and I'm so excited to hear both of these songs on vinyl, because I have not yet. I actually picked up another Thrice vinyl that I'll show you later in the stack, but I'm just really glad to have the 7-inch, and that Thursday song For the Workforce Drowning is actually one of my favorite ones from them. And getting into a completely different style of music, I have 2 7-inches from the same band, and that is Mum. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce their band name. I could be totally wrong. You know, those Icelandic bands, very tricky with song titles and names. But you know, most of this band's discography, at least the songs that I've listened to that I've seen so far, a lot of them are in the English language. It's kind of a mixture, I think, between Icelandic and English. But a lot of their song titles are English. Beautiful band. I'm very into their record Summer Make Good. I think that's what it's called. That's a great album. I would love to have that album on vinyl, but I'm guessing that it's probably pretty rare. So I decided to pick up a couple of their 7-inches just to get a start, just to have anything by them on vinyl. And I have not heard either of these songs, but this one just comes on plain black vinyl, and it is the Green Grass of Tunnel EP, I guess. It has the song Green Grass of Tunnel and In Through the Leap, or In Through the Lamp, put out by Fat Cat. This is made in England, and it's in really nice condition. And like I said, the other one is from Mum as well, and this is the They Made Frogs Smoke Till They Exploded 7-inch EP. Really cool artwork on there. I really like it, and the jacket for the 7-inch has a really nice feel. I can't really describe it, but it's just kind of it's a nice feeling. Yeah, so there's the second Mum, and this one actually has really nice. It was pressed on really cool vinyl. I mean, it's clear, and you got some pink color in there. I don't know what to call it. It's not like splatter, really. It's not marbled. I guess it would be considered splatter, maybe. No, I don't know what to call that, but it's nice nonetheless. Really excited to hear these Mum tracks. If you guys like, I don't even know what I could compare them to, but I mean, most fans of Sigur Rós listen to Mum. even though I don't really think they're too similar. Well, in some aspects. Okay, I'm just going to stop. Mama's a great band. Check them out. Very happy to have these two 7-inches. Okay, now we're moving on to the 12 inches. And this first one is coming from a singer-songwriter that I absolutely love. Him and everything he's done. I've had the pleasure of seeing him twice in concert. One, he opened up for another band and he performed as a solo act. And then the other one, he played in one of his side project bands. And this album is Brother's Blood by Devine. And if you guys are fans of him, you probably know that this is pretty rare, hard to come by. Any pressing, any version of this album, or actually most of his albums are very limited and hard to find. Was really glad to get this one. I had to get it on eBay, of course. This is the black 180 gram pressing. It was out of 200. There are other really cool versions of this album, but they're all very limited. It's one of my favorite albums from his. I don't think I would say it's my favorite, but it's up there. It's got great songs on it, and it's, you know, most of his vinyl releases are really cool. Put out by the Academy Fight Song label and Arctic Rodeo Recordings. Really nice jacket. It's actually die cut, so you see that the logo and all that, his name, it's all cut out, and you can even probably switch around the artwork to make it look different. But yeah, it's on black vinyl, so nothing really special to show there, but you know, it's on really thick 180 gram vinyl. I'm really looking forward to how this sounds, and I had to pay a bit for it, not too much. But you know, I had to pay a little bit more than I normally would, but you know, I'm trying to get every single album of his, and maybe down the road I'll show everything I have from him. But I'm really glad to have this. This is a great album, and it's a really great looking vinyl. Alright, now we're kind of switching around with the genres, like I said we probably would. This is Eon Dissonance with Solace. This is a band that I'm not familiar with at all. When I saw this at the record store, it was a used copy and it was $4. And the name like rang a bell in my head. I was like, man, I've heard of that band. And I couldn't think of, you know, what albums maybe I knew or anything. And I looked them up and I didn't know any of their albums, but I looked up a quick song and I listened to it while I was in the record store. And it was a really good song, and it kind of and I started thinking about the band more. I was like, you know what, I've heard this band's good. It's just one of those bands I think that you've recognized their name, maybe see it online, or you get recommended to like on online things when it says, hey, you like this band, listen to this band. I think that's one of these bands, and I think that's the case with Eon Dissonance. And I'm really excited to check this out because it's supposed to be a really good kind of math metal with hardcore. I don't know. $4, and it's on really cool vinyl. It's a white with some grayish, blue, gray splatter. It looks really nice, and this is a really clean copy. So I'm really surprised that this was $4. You know, it's just something random and something that I hopefully will love. You know, I always love picking up stuff that I'm not completely sure I will like, but you know, hearing that this band is similar to other bands I like and getting it for such a cheap price, you know, I definitely had to get it as a blind buy. Alright, the next two things are from one band that I am pretty much completely obsessed with right now, and it's kind of sad that they do not have too many albums out because I've already almost gotten everything that they have. And I'm very new to this band, but I quickly jumped onto their music, and I've been listening to their music nonstop. I actually did catch them live, but it was a bad experience. I had to leave early, and it was at a big festival, so it's not like I paid just to see them. But I remember really liking them, and I kind of never listened to them for some reason. I got probably caught up in a lot of stuff and forgot about the band. But I picked them up recently, downloaded them, and I'm just amazed by the music. They're a great band, and I'm really getting into instrumental bands, post-rock, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys can recommend to me any bands that are similar to this band, or some of the other stuff I show in this that are kind of in that genre, definitely recommend it to me, because it's a genre I'm very new in, but I'm absolutely loving. I love music you can just put on and chill out to, maybe do homework to. fall asleep to, really getting into bands that have like long compositions and stuff like that. So without further ado, this is Explosions in the Sky, and I'm blanking on the album title. Ah yes, Those Who Tell the Truth Shall Die, Those Who Tell the Truth Shall Live Forever. Long title. This is the band's second release, I believe, and it's one that I have not heard yet. This is for this band, it's a band where I'm not going to download their stuff anymore, you know, when they put out new albums, or for like this one, I haven't heard it yet, so I wanted to get it on vinyl before I even listened to it, so I can't say my thoughts on this album, but I got it for $10. I always see this one for a good price, and I always wonder why. You know, it's not very intricate packaging, but it does have printed inner sleeve, and the vinyl is not the thickest vinyl, but it's not very flimsy either. So it's actually a pretty cool release. Again, amazing band, Explosions in the Sky, if you haven't listened to them. I guess their music is described as post-rock, instrumental, and, you know, other things. But yeah, this is their second album. Really looking forward to checking this one out. And the big Explosions in the Sky record that I acquired is their latest album, Take Care, Take Care, Take Care. Now, this album seems to have some mixed reviews, and I cannot understand why. So far, this is my favorite Explosions in the Sky record, and maybe it's because I'm new to the band. I didn't listen to them, you know, from the earlier recordings before this one came out. This is actually the first record I heard from them, but I love this from first listen, and I think it's a reason why I like it so much, and that it's my favorite right now, is because it's the first album that I got into the band. I think that's the case with a lot of bands. You know, usually the first record you hear that you fall in love with, it's hard to top. So I'm sure once I get into their other albums, they will be competing with this one. But I'm really happy to have this. And if you pay attention to extensive packaging at all in the vinyl community, I'm sure you've seen this one probably unpackaged in videos and stuff, but it is huge. It folds out to like this house type deal. It comes with a gigantic poster, a postcard, a digital download. It's 2 vinyls, and I'm sure it sounds amazing. I cannot wait to really get into this vinyl release. Amazing album, amazing band. Very happy to have this. The next record is a different band, but it is more in that same kind of genre, and this is Mogwai's Hardcore Will Never Die, But You Will. This is an album that I have briefly heard, and I stopped because I was like, you know what, I don't want to listen to this album all the way through. I want to get it on vinyl and you know, kind of experience it that way. And that's just how I feel with the instrumental or, you know, the beautiful music type bands. I want to experience the music, even if I end up for some reason not liking it. I highly doubt I will not like it, but it's just something I want to experience on vinyl. If for some reason I don't like it, well, whatever. But I really want to turn this up, put it on my vinyl, you know, kind of put it on at the right time and really experience it for the first time. Mogwai is a really great band. I have only one of their releases, Earth Division EP, on vinyl, but I really love that, and that was actually my first introduction to Mogwai. I had heard them recommended when I first started getting into this type of music. You know, Mogwai was one of the big bands in that kind of genre, this experimental, instrumental type, post-rock, progressive, I could go on and on type genre that a lot of people seem to like. So I got that Earth Division EP, which I have in my collection, and I really like that one, and this gets a lot of great reviews. It has really cool cover art. Yeah, the weird thing about this though is if you guys have a copy of this, let me know, is your spine like that? I don't know if you can see well my camera, but it's like off. It's like part of the Sub Pop logo, and the title is like almost not on the spine. Just something pretty interesting. But that's Mogwai's Hardcore Will Never Die, But You Will. Really excited to get into this one.